Hey leaders, my name is Deena, and you're listening to another one of our productivity videos. Today we're going to talk about strategy and when is the best time to focus on strategy and how to have it not interfere with your day-to-day work. The way I like to look at it is that sometimes we do macro strategy, which is, for example, taking into account what your goals are for the year or the month. And then there's micro strategy, which is what am I actually doing today in order to get there. Now, there are steps along the way, obviously, from going from macro to micro, and that's what we're going to be focusing on. When you are doing your annual planning, which you absolutely should do, make sure you know what your goals are for the year. And then we break that down into quarters. What am I going to accomplish in quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four? And then we break that down into months. But we usually don't go farther than the next 3 months. It's hard to really know what you're going to be doing, which is why you then do quarterly planning. So we have an annual planning where we're planning everything for the year, and then our sub goals for the quarters. Then we do quarterly planning, which we plan what we're going to be getting done in the coming few months. And similarly, we're going to go one step deeper. We're going to go in, okay, what am I going to do in this month? We're going to break it down into weeks. I have 4 weeks. What am I going to accomplish in each one? Then every month, you should also be focusing on, all right, what am I accomplishing this month? Breaking that down into weeks. I'm accomplishing this on week one, two, three, four. But what am I going to be doing today? What are we doing tomorrow? What are we doing the next day? So that you can get to your goal of each week. And then every week, we're going to have a session just thinking about, all right, what are my goals for this week and breaking it down by day. So today is Monday. Last night, I said, all right, what are my goals for the week? And I said, all right, what am I doing tomorrow in order to get towards those goals? What am I doing on each day? And of course, as the days go on, I'm being a little bit less specific, but more general goals. Today, I have a pretty detailed list. And every day I make for the next day what a detailed list is going to be of what I have to accomplish. It needs to be realistic. It needs to be something you can hold yourself accountable to. And it needs to be something that you can reasonably get done and that you have padded time to make sure that you can accomplish those. So again, to recap, what you're going to do in order to make sure that your strategy is leading you and that you're implementing it as well also. So we have the action side. We're going to go from macro to micro, from annual to quarterly to monthly to weekly to day. And then as you go smaller, the details and the goals are going to become more action oriented and a list. So it's going to shift from being vague with a goal to more action. This is what I'm doing. That's how you keep yourself on track. I hope that helps. I know it helps me, and I've seen it help a lot of other people. So good luck.